Hi,
Craig.
Warning, this episode contains Australians. Some content may be alarming to some listeners, including jokes about homophobia, jokes about racism, jokes about sexual content, and a lot of swearing. Please note, these jokes are made by queer people, people of colour, and people who have known those people for over a decade. Actual hate will not be tolerated. Also, warning for graphic descriptions of violence, but this is a D&D campaign, so you probably knew that. Not sponsored by Queensland Government Australia, terms and conditions may apply.
We find ourselves in a land you may know well, Faerun, a realm of monsters and magic, a realm of human lands on the surface, dwarven kingdoms deep below, and strange cities deeper still in the dreaded Underdark. Adventurers from the Guild of Ravana have uncovered a nationwide, years-long, body-stealing threat. It seeps from the caverns beneath their homes, and they must seek it out. This is Records of Ravana, The Depths.
They're running to.
Hi, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
We trust you implicitly, Craig.
Craig knows.
So not release the chat.
Don't release the chat log, Craig.
If you do, we'll have to end you.
If you do, we'll release yours.
We brought you to this world. We'll bring you out.
Fuck, that got dark quick. But yes, so the recap.
Fuck, hang on. I got something in my eye. I'm busy dying.
Wow. Craig, do you see this shit?
Yeah.
Two reasons why he doesn't see this shit. A, this is voice chat, not video chat. B, he's a bot. He doesn't have eyes.
Hey, whoa, that's fucking
Craig, are you hearing this?
Wait, we don't have any.
Craig, you hearing this shit?
Fuck
We
you,
don't have
Craig.
any pure casters or pure melee.
We do not.
No, yeah, no. I have a weird habit of choosing a spellcasting class and making it a melee class.
Is there... Do we have anyone that's not multi-classed?
I am not multi-classed.
You're the minority here at the moment.
There you go. He's basically a pure melee.
Yeah.
Well, not
He can
melee,
be.
but martial.
I am pretty melee.
Isn't Kelleher full
I'm melee, and I know it.
No,
yeah.
No, he is too, isn't he?
Kelleher's full wizard.
But he should take 2 levels into fighter to get action surge.
That's
Does not
It's-
work for
He spells how it
spellcasters.
Yes, it does.
It
you
does?
can
Surge,
cast,
action
you can cast a
surge.
cantrip and a spell
You
slot.
can cast a cantrip and a spell slot. You can't cast 2 spell slots.
Yes, that's what I
Really?
mean.
I
Yeah.
thought,
Yeah.
I thought
That's how you balance out sorcerers. Like you can quicken spell an actual spell slot spell, and then cast a cantrip as an action.
Okay.
Because then it would be like, all right, I cast fireball twice.
Because otherwise, imagine a sorcerer fighter combo, fucking quicken spell, action surge, and just drop like 4 fireballs in one turn.
I guess
That
that's
sounds like
fair.
a
And that would be
great
something
time.
you could do at like fucking level 5.
What are you talking about? That sounds like a great time.
Yeah, you just cast haste on the sorcerer, then an action surge to get an extra action. So then we got
Fucking like just dropping a literal fucking nuke.
well,
Yeah,
haste
no,
doesn't even
literally
have it, so
level
you can't.
How
you
many
can't
is
multi-attack with
it
a haste
60
action.
sixes or is it 60 tens?
It's 8d6
D6s.
for a fireball, isn't it?
8d6s for a fireball.
Okay, 86s, so what? 8 times 6. That's fucking.
It's 24 D6s.
You can't
You could drop
use.
8. You can drop 5 fireballs.
5.
You
Okay.
can't cast a
40d6 at
spell.
level 6.
You can't cast a spell or do a multi-attack with the haste action.
Oh, can't you?
No, I checked it. It says like you can only do one attack with a haste.
Yeah, the haste only lets you do one extra attack because just you'd have to always
Oh
give
yeah,
it to the
so it
fighter.
still gives you an extra attack,
Yeah.
but it doesn't like give you an extra multi-attack.
Yes. Otherwise, it would
Okay.
always go on the fighter because the fighter could do 10 attacks. Who would have thunk it?
Fighter action surges, fucking 15 attacks. Anyways, holy fuck, we're
Oh, if you Echo Knight, it's like 18 attacks.
okay. So the recap last session. What the fuck happened last session?
Interrogation.
Terrible torture.
Really shit interrogation
Right,
happened
right. There
last
was
session.
a really terrible interrogation. Was
Yep,
most
yep.
of
Comically
last
bad.
session. Yeah, with yeah, that was most of last session, and then there was some survival tips that you learned from the Taurans.
Yeah, like don't go near the mushroom, the base of the big mushrooms and stuff.
Prawns withholding information.
What? I'm
He's
not doing
not.
that. No,
Why would
what?
you do something like that?
Bro,
What?
that's so fucking weird. Why would you
There-
slander me like
Why
that?
does all your characters have something involved with like holding back information?
What?
Because that's pretty normal for most D&D characters.
Yeah,
None of my characters. Most of my characters have been dumb as shit. I've got nothing to hide.
Yeah, but look at you.
Yeah, I like role playing what I am. Dumb as shit.
yeah. There were a couple in character chats between
Hello.
characters. Some
Nice.
uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah.
I forget. Did you guys say you were planning on essentially breaking off from the group?
Yeah, at this point, I think we are.
Like
When
further along, but
we were
like-
going to when like we're in the swamp, and then we're going to head off to Lustra, and they're going to go off to the Morgan Kahia.
Yeah, Morgan Care.
Yeah, but they're going to split off from us like before. We're going to split off from them before we even like leave the swamp, just so that our tracks don't like are with them and then split off. Yeah.
Okay.
this is like an hour, right?
And I believe. Oh fuck. Did they go through the scent covering thing with you?
That doesn't seem. I don't think so.
That one's
No,
new.
no,
Okay,
they
so that
didn't.
was one that's planned for the start of this session. All right.
The one thing that Nick hasn't used against us in the fucking stealthing in this campaign.
Smell. Thank you for the idea, Jaden. I'm going to use it in my next one.
You should.
For which idea?
The sense of smell.
Because remember how
What do
it's
each
just like,
of your characters smell like? Yes.
well, I got advantage
How long's
on.
it? No. Sorry. How long's it been since you had a shower? Yeah.
When was the last time you jumped into the sewers, right?
Anyway.
Alrighty. Okay, so as you break off, the Tauren stops you for one moment and says, "If you're headed your own way, take some time in the water and in the mud. Wash our scent off of you. If their beasts smell us on you, they will know you've been associated with us. Take care of yourselves."
And we head out.
I'm just going to cast Prestidigitation to change my scent entirely now.
Can you do that with prestidigitation?
Well, I can make it so I can smell nice, like how I change food
Okay,
can
flavor.
change
Maddie's got
yeah.
a good point. Alright. So, Maddie's session summary was the terrible interrogator. Theo was shocked it went bad. Everyone else was completely unsurprised.
He walks out and we're like, it went horribly, didn't it?
Actually, no. I actually hit those fucking story points perfectly. I hit
Not
all
as
4
in
of those
depth,
points.
but
Yeah, not as in depth, but it's a summary.
Mm.
It's a summary.
It's a
Summary
summary.
execution.
A summary of a summary.
we executed a summary? Oh my god.
Executed it well, I would say. But no. Alrighty. So what are we doing? I believe, if I recall, your plan was roughly to do like this sort of motion to try and distance yourself from the group.
Yeah, not getting as close to the ladies' manor, but like
Bear in
definitely-
mind, that's
yeah.
like
I know.
map
I know.
scale. That's still a wide distance from the ladies' manor.
But yeah, more or less we wanted to like loop out and kind of come from another direction. Like we want to emerge from the swamp, like because the attack was down here, wasn't it? Where the slaves and stuff were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we want to just come up through here because my thought is if there is any communications, like the Stones of Fast speech, if someone's like, oh yeah, foreigners are coming through, we've kind of just taken a day to get over to Lustra. There's no like, I'm just trying to cover all our tracks so that people don't assume we were doing evil shit.
I also
We
got to
hung
do the
around-
same thing as you.
You guys hung around for the long rest, didn't you?
For the long rest, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prestidigitation only lasts an hour, so I got to jump in. I'm on with you guys.
Yeah, if you can prestidigitation, clean us all.
It only lasts an hour.
Bring back the scent.
Does prestidigitation only last an hour?
Yeah.
Huh.
I
Jane,
have
we
the
got to
spell.
talk about all those smells and things that you did for.
No, I'm pretty sure prestidigitation has other effects that last an hour.
It doesn't say like the cleaning part. I assume it's like, all right, you just essentially got rid of
Yeah.
all the dirt, like you wiped it off, but with just
Yeah,
action.
that's what I always assumed it was. I assume that's kind of what the
Yeah.
smell
But like
was doing.
anything that like taste of a food or
Oh yeah, no,
all that.
Yeah, you chill, warm, or flavor up to 1 cubic foot of non-living material for 1 hour. You make a
This
color, small
dirt is
spark, or
tasting
symbol
really
appear on a surface for 1 hour. So there are specific things that last for an hour, and then other things are just instantaneous effects.
This dirt's very much tasting like dirt. But yes, no. So we wanted to head off, and I guess we will spend some time in. Is there any like clean water at all?
The water here is
Maybe you guys should have convinced me to get purify food and water.
like this place is, generally speaking, surprisingly sterile for a swamp. It's like,
Mushrooms.
yeah, it's like the water doesn't. It's got a glow to it, and it's a bit foggy and all that stuff, but it's not like muddy, swampy, silty water kind of thing. It's for still water, it's surprisingly clean. Probably not potable, but like it's not horrifically disgusting.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say that when we're a little bit away, maybe like an hour or so after splitting off with these Minotaur people, we'll
I'll be
stop
back in a
and
moment.
give everything a
Like,
scrub.
I'll
You
spend like
stop
an
and
hour doing a short rest to get my channel of divinity
where
at
you
some
doing
point in
a
the
short
travel.
rest, bro?
Hmm?
Where are you
You've
short
just had
resting?
a long rest.
Yeah.
I know, but I used my channel of divinity after.
Did
On
you?
what?
No, we didn't we do it after?
Was the interrogation before or after the long rest? Because I'm pretty
Should we-
sure the interrogation was after.
Well, you had a
had
long.
a long rest, but then the party had a long rest
Hmm.
after the interrogation.
Oh,
Yeah,
you've had
and I said I'd take
basically
the
two long
first
rests.
watch.
The turned tables have turned.
And I said
You
I'd
did-
do the first watch. So
Yeah, but no, everyone should be well long rested.
again, sweet. I got my channel divinity back.
It's like taking watches doesn't prevent a long rest. It's like unless one of you takes a watch for the entire night, then sure, they don't get a long rest, but it's generally assumed that when you guys have a long rest and people are taking watch, you take it in turns so that all of you can get a long rest.
Yeah. But yes, so after departing from them, after being like an hour or something away, we'll stop and we'll like scrub all of our stuff down, and I still reckon we keep the pelt that we've got and stuff. So even if someone's like, "Hey, you've got a pelt of a displaced beast," it's like, "Yeah, we were attacked by one," because that is kind of true.
Plus, I don't even think the remains I have left from butchering that displaced beast, like you probably couldn't even see. Like, what the fuck's it supposed to be?
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm not willing to put my trust into that though.
Yeah, okay.
For cleaning the scent, can each of you give me a survival check?
Oh,
Sure.
Bro's making us roll to see how well we clean ourselves. Okay.
Tails
I don't know.
Oh,
It's gonna be
God.
fuck all.
Oh,
Oh boy, a
Hey,
wisdom. What do I
Jaden,
have
that
with
is a 3.
Kale, can you make a survival check for me? Everyone's trying to clean the scent off of them.
I got an 11.
I need to hold on.
I
give
got
me
an
one
18.
Damn.
11, 18, 3.
Shit is
Which
bad.
is good. I have nothing in survival. It's probably my
Don't
luck
you
for
get
perception
don't
check.
bards have like jack of all trades where they get half the proficiency bonus?
Please send help. Oh,
They do.
19.
19? Okay.
I mean, yeah, my proficiency's 3, and I
Alright.
have a -1 to wisdom, so it's 0 at the moment.
Yep, that'll do it. Alright, so everyone take some time and you do your best to try and clean as much of the scent of Torrent off of you as possible.
Korea's not trying at all, I'll say that.
That's your funeral, bro.
Oh, it's your guys' funeral as well.
No, I can disappear. Me and Taryn can just disappear.
Alrighty. So you will say you break the edge of the mushroom swamp. Fucking cease. You break the edge of the mushroom swamp. How are you guys traveling? Traveling normally? Traveling stealthily? Are you guys trying to travel quickly to put space between you and...
I would probably say moving quickly is probably
I mean, I would
that's
just go
what I would say.
cautious.
What do you
I would
reckon,
go
Gustav?
cautiously because, like, what's moving quickly gonna do? If they have the ability to know that we did it, we're like moving quickly won't do anything. They're gonna find us.
I
Because,
guess
like,
that's true.
yeah. And also, if they're if they're going to try and find us, I'd prefer they find us out here and not in the city where there will be a lot more of them.
So do we want to attempt to
But the closer and closer we get to the city, the more likely they're able to warn the city that we're coming in that direction.
I don't know how we would stealth with a cart.
Well, we
Drink
don't
it.
always have the
Yeah,
card.
if, yeah, I would say if you guys were going to stealth, it would be with the cart put away.
Yeah.
I'd like to swap out because I'm going to cast. Well, actually, no. Just do we need someone to pull the cart or no?
No, we don't need.
All right, I'm just gonna like let the fear goose despawn essentially, so that tracks no longer follow us.
The despawning fear goose. Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, like, we're in the swamp area. It's probably pretty easy for us to just stealth.
Keep in mind, we are with Throdgar.
We are with Throdgar.
Yeah. And we've got two distinct
speaking.
creatures' footprints, which is Tarir and the fear goose, which is one of the more annoying problems.
Actually,
unless I'm wearing
who
shoes.
is going to be doing rolls for Throdgar Inferno in this session?
Ooh, wait, I forgot about that. I don't mind. I don't mind doing
Aston's used to do Inferno, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I can do Throdgar. I can channel my inner Matthew.
Alright.
God.
Probably
like-
won't have that much role playing with them, but just like for group roles and whatnot, like I'm about to make everyone do.
Just don't like kill me like Throdgar might.
Look,
Okay.
I don't agree with what Matt does half the time as Throdgar, but I'm sure as hell gonna be walking into every trap possible.
Well, he does have advantage on traps that you can see.
Most traps you cannot see, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to get rid
Alrighty.
of this in order to join this.
So now, if we're moving cautiously and quietly, group stealth roll. You're
Is
not
that-
in the swamp anymore, but the general terrain is like reasonably well vegetated.
Is that any different? Like, is it we all?
Everyone
roll
just
and then-
rolls a stealth check.
Cool. Just wanting to
Actually,
not do, like,
damn it, it was a bit
custom
late. I
roll
should have
every time.
tried rolling a luck roll for fucking survival.
This one is Ferno. So 13.
Oh, what does that come to? I also can't see Throdgar's sheets still.
14. I did one better than Inferno when it comes to.
Look, I don't think it's important, but Throdgar rolled a nat 20.
Let's go.
And I
Help you
got
said,
a
yeah, Jade.
14 with my stealth. That's a 19.
Hold on. I'm just checking some stuff real quick.
27.
Well done.
Oh, actually.
This is the only time Throgar has ever successfully stealthed.
Alright. So what have we got? The first... So
Throgar
that
got a nat
Inferno is
20.
13.
The Theodore is a 23.
Okay.
3 is
Throgar got
14.
a nat 20. Sharir is 14.
Yep, years old.
Yeah. What did Taryn get?
27.
27. And what did Thrawn get?
19.
19.
We're very stealthy.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That is 4 successes and 2 fails.
Incredibly
Inferno
stealthy.
and Cherie.
Alrighty. Okay, so as you guys travel, you do notice another party before. Well, first, you notice them before they seem to have noticed you. And you get a quick look at them from a distance, probably maybe like 150 odd feet away. It's a party of 5 people. 5 drow specifically. From this distance, it's hard to get a look at the specifics of them. You can notice that one of them is definitely a Dryder. Kind of hard to miss that. Another seems to be one of those priestesses that you saw up on the wall based on her garments. And then there are 3 other drows that each have a pair of the displacer beasts with them.
It is
So 6 displacer beasts total in the group.
okay.
You do notice that the ones leading the displacer beasts, they don't have the crossbows, they have bows, from what you can see. They seem reasonably well equipped. From a distance, it's hard to make out the specific of their weapons, except for the large ones. They all seem more heavily armored than the last guys that you encountered.
If the last guys we encountered was literally just the like slave
3
hands or
or
whatever.
4 drow.
Well,
normal.
okay. Do we have a story
The
that we
last
want?
ones you encountered was 2 drow.
Yeah.
With
I'm just gonna say that like Cherie stood in like a cowpat, like, so, like, oh, okay. It's like, I stood by accident.
in the Underdark.
For now, I reckon we just try and keep our distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still make
They
our
don't
way.
seem to have noticed you guys. It's like you've just spotted them from a distance. Essentially, you're going this way, they're going this way.
I
And
reckon.
you've sort of noticed at the point that is a crossing over like this path. So they're now heading away, and you guys would be heading away as well, assuming you don't want to engage with them.
Yeah, no, I would say that we just we continue on our way. Does anyone have any objections to that?
So we probably should be ready in case they try and like stop us.
Um,
Like, by when I say ready, like just like either ready to talk or ready to start a fight, depending on how they come up
Yeah.
to us.
Theo will look at Thrawn and be like, "Hey, do you know if these were the advanced guard or just the normal ones we saw earlier?"
I have no idea. It would have been good information to have gotten in the interrogation, but no,
I think we dealt with the
I
scouts
think-
just based on the numbers.
For the people that I think that they were the like people stationed at Luma, so there may have been word sent that these people had broken out, but for them to be coming from the north, from like Lustra, and down this way, I'm not entirely sure if they're related to what we were doing at all, or like from the people that we encountered.
We are in like a clearing kind of thing. It's just like, is it like a field or what environment?
It I suppose it's probably closer to... The closest would be like a Parklands kind of thing of it is still plenty of like bushes and trees, but it's mostly open. It's like you've got enough to hide behind, but it's not like a big empty field.
Well, I'm going to say, because I am our gracious leader. I'm going to say that we stay low and we stay hidden just for a little while, just till they're kind of like out of eyesight, and then we continue on our way.
Yeah, no worries.
If anyone does not agree, I am happy to hear like what you guys want to do.
No, I think we
That's right. Shut the fuck up. No one cares.
Oh, no, we can take them, yeah.
Yeah, we can take on like essentially the draw form of an angel, right?
You know, when you put it like that, they are kind of scary.
Who knew? So wait, how far, if we were just like to start getting closer, like at the closest time, like how far are they? Like 100 or 200 feet?
Like 150 feet.
I think
Yeah.
we just sit here and watch them.
Yeah, we stay low. We don't move. We make like if we're not.
Well, they
moving,
know that we're like they've seen us as well, so we've got to
No, they
like.
they haven't.
No, they
Okay.
haven't. Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys wait around for a moment, you see one of the displacer beasts kind of perk its head up. They're very much on the hunt for something. It perks up, looks around, it looks in your direction for a bit before it looks off in another direction, and then it takes off in a run, and then everyone starts following at a rapid pace.
Us or in a different direction?
In a different direction.
Okay, sweet.
In the direction of the swamp.
All right. Tree could not see any of this, guys, because he's only got 60 feet of dark vision. Neat.
We're in
world lit.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're in the world we can see. Like
it wouldn't be well lit, it would be like dimly lit.
Dimly lit.
So technically speaking, you guys should have actually been rolling with advantage on your stealth check, but that's fine.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
But yeah, okay. So we continue our way forward onto Lustra then.
Okay. You can see as you pass by, you spot what appears to be against the cave wall around where the Lady's Manor should be. You can see essentially just a cave entrance there. It's well lit by some kind of blue brazier kind of lamp at the front of it. It's like you can see that from a distance. Assuming you aren't going there, but you can spot it from where you are as it opens up a little bit, especially in the area around it.
I will make a specific little mark on the map.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
No,
where that would
it's
be.
not actually a visible manor. It's from the outside. It seems like a cave.
That's what I'm saying. I'm more marking. Like I know we kind of have a spot where they're like, "Don't go here," but I'm going to make note of where it is specifically.
Yeah.
Also, if you keep filling up the map with information, it'll be easier not to notice that there's a mark where the labyrinth is.
Yes,
so that's a good idea.
But if I remember correctly, that's just like more or less like a dot. It doesn't actually have the name or anything on it.
Yeah. They haven't given a mark that says this is where we hide out.
That would be dumb as fuck. But yes, so yeah, no, we're just gonna more or less keep traveling. I'd say that we'd still travel if there was like a road more or less that these drow were traveling upon. I would say that we'd travel along it now that we're out of the swamp. And we're not really we're not like we're just traveling. We're not like trying to be stealth, I don't think, at the moment, are we, lads? Now that we're kind of like out of that area and we're like on our way, we're just trying to be
if we're
seeing
out
travelers on the road.
if we're out in the open, our stealth is to just be a traveler on the road rather than actually stealth.
Yeah. Okay.
So where you guys are right now, out here, yeah, you wouldn't have too much of a trouble finding the road again. There is a path. It's a winding path that kind of steers clear of that and then heads down to Luma. But yeah, so eventually you come across that path and you can just start following it in. Do we get out the carriage to ride the rest of the way in, or do you just walk since you're probably only an hour or two out?
What do you reckon, lads?
Well, if we had the carriage, it makes it seem like, all right, we got a larger wealth than we have. But if we just walk in, it's like, all right, less stuff on us.
But we're
worried about.
I will say they have already kind of like seen us fully decked out in armor and magical items and stuff, and we haven't really been like attacked or anything.
Yeah.
At least not by any of the drow. You know, I know that we're not allowed to carry weapons if we go to Noctella.
Yeah.
For now, they seem to have, at the very least, been not keeping their distance, but like respecting the like, oh, we're not going to fuck with you if you don't fuck with us kind of rules.
Yep. I think carriage.
Race gangs, let's go.
I think just grab the carriage out and just
Do you want to summon your duck?
I'm thinking I should change it to something else because the tracks leading up to the fight that happened and all that was with the goose. So
that's fair.
Pretty
Make it a
smart.
really big dog.
What's a like? No, I probably wouldn't even know that. What's a cool animal I could have as a thing that like can pull?
Probably literally anything other than a giant goose.
I liked the giant goose though.
Yeah, the giant goose was pretty fucking funny.
A giant skeletal spider.
It
that's kind of cool.
It is cool, but it might have really bad connotations if a bunch of men have a giant spider.
Ants.
Well, we would.
We wouldn't know that. But also, Theo would definitely be like, I don't think us outsiders should be using a spider.
What? Okay, what about an ant? Like a giant hand, a skeletal hand.
That works.
It's a hand and like the wrist is a big skeletal hand and the wrist is like connected to where the carriage is and it's kind of like scuttling along. What the fuck? Can it just be like a worm or something like a dragonling skeleton looking thing? Just
can I make it a drake?
Can he put his elite skins on this horse or not, Jim?
I'm not 100% sure what the rules of what it can and can't be actually. Largely speaking, I'm fine with more or less whatever for flavor.
Is it just
as long as in the end of the day it's just a horse with a different skin?
Well, if you want to know, these are your choices if we're just going by the rules.
It says camel, elk, pony, mastiff, warhorse.
Yep.
I
think a warhorse is just fine. Or if you really want to be flavorful, elk.
A majestic skeletal elk.
Look, to be fair, as someone who plays D&D
moose
as an elf, oh my god. I summon an orca whale to eat his moose. Anyway, okay, so we have a large, like, bovine-esque creature that is now...
It is currently a moose.
That is
a skeletal
moving
moose.
out. I love how Jen's like, are you guys taking the card in or not? And it's been literally 10 fucking minutes. And we're like, oh, moose.
Alright, it takes me 10 minutes to cast it, I'm pretty sure. Yep, so...
Is it a ritual, or is that just like its casting time?
Paladins, that's its casting time. Like, paladins don't get ritual casting.
So sad of you.
Rip. Alright. So you're riding in on that. Alright, is there anything else we do along the trip before we get to Lustra.
No, I think all of my character stuff is done. If people want to do other character things,
Actually, what ritual spells does Furno know?
Furno knows. I think he's got detect magic. I should probably have changed his spells, but he doesn't have that many, so probably doesn't matter. Detect magic.
Just because I was looking through my own things, I have a spell book, and I can inscribe ritual spells specifically into my book as long as the spell's level is equal to less than half my warlock level rounded up. It still costs money and it takes time, but like I know the spells alarm and comprehend languages through my book.
He's
depends
only
on
got
if you.
detect magic, I think.
He's only got detect magic.
But one of the things as well is that you can't cast on other classes.
Detect
spell.
magic.
It's
my book of it's an invocation that I took at the very beginning. So basically, I have a book that lets me choose.
You chose Pact of the Book.
When I I'm Pact of the Blade, but I as you level up as Warlock, you get more invocations.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got that invocation.
So I can now inscribe magical rituals in my Book of Shadows. To begin with, I can start with two first level spells that have the ritual tag from any class's spell list. So I can just take them from any class. But
if I can find ritual spells,
the whole thing is like at maximum, I can take a. Oh wait, no, I think at 20th level, I could technically take 9th level spells if it was a ritual, which it wouldn't be. But as of the moment, I can only take like a 3rd level ritual spell, or no, 4th level ritual spell.
Rituals.
But if anyone knows any of them, I might add them into.
I don't think Cleric or Paladin get ritual spells.
No, Cleric gets a lot actually.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cleric gets the so it's Wizard gets the most amount of spells. Cleric gets the second highest.
But,
because they are the utility caster.
Sorcerers, do they get any ritual spells?
They would, because their stuff is also based on Wizard, but like they also don't get that many. Wait, no, detect magic is a ritual. Hello?
Okay, so how many hours is it, Jaden, until we get to the city?
Probably about an hour.
Okay, I don't have time to inscribe it at the.
Wait, Phantom Steed.
Is that a ritual?
That's a ritual.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course, Steed and I do.
Yeah, I won't do it at the moment, but I won't do it at the moment, but I guess in the future I'm going to be stealing everyone's fucking ritual spells.
Well, I don't think you're in luck from Trier because you never took any fucking ritual spells as a sorcerer.
Shite.
Really? There's no 2nd level spells that actually are rituals? Goddamn.
No, there is Skyride.
For sorcerer.
For sorcerer. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we're all good.
Okay. Alrighty. So then as you pull up on the town, you spot it from like an hour out. That's why I asked now if there's anything you want to do. It's a big city. It's a lot more. Oh god, I don't want to say this, but it's a lot more lustrous than Southmoreland was.
Title card.
Yeah, it's like as you come in, there's big glistening spires in the heart of the city. It's almost like looking at a kind of high-rise sort of system. There's a lot of towers. You can see lights all over the place. The stone itself that the towers are made of seem to almost literally sparkle. more like a crystal than a stone. It would be fair to say.
I'm getting like Dreaming City vibes.
Yeah, kind of, a little bit. It's like the towers aren't like, to the roof or anything like that, but they're like you could imagine you could fit a lot in the buildings. They're similar to the Adventures Guild in Ravana in terms of size. In fact, the whole city is probably a little bit, maybe a tiny bit bigger than Ravana.
Okay.
They all have basements.
As you approach on the road, you come about a wall that's built around it. You approach a gate, and there's a couple of drow soldiers stationed out the front.
No Displacer Beasts?
No Displacer Beasts, just
Wait.
drow
Don't have
in
to worry about scent.
leather.
Alright, who here... oh, wait, actually, it might be Ferno. This might be Ferno's time.
Are we just casually pulling up to the gate, I assume?
Well, we will in a moment. I think we should have a quick
see what
aside.
Alex has to say.
Quick aside. This will be because of what we did, this is now the last point where we can figure out if we're currently wanted before it is too late. So when we walk up to there, we'll probably need our best face, the person who knows Elvish the best.
That probably would be the classy elf, but what's his charisma?
I don't want to talk about it.
Plus, they hate high elves, so
I really don't want to.
Well, yeah, actually, that's an interesting thing. I might be able to pass as a human in some situations.
yeah, you just gotta clip your ears a bit.
Well, I have a thick, lustrous beard, so
But
Does
do you have
that
the pointed
beard hide your
ears?
I have a hood.
Okay.
How long's your hair? Because you can just
Shut up. My hair actually got longer over the course of this campaign.
yeah. So you could try and cover your ears with your hair.
No, look. To be fair, we're not really going to get away with that. Let's be honest. So for now,
You got too much of a pointy nose.
So are we going to just send Ferno and I up to try and talk?
I don't want to send Ferno anymore.
I can go
Did you
with
look at his
Thrawn.
charisma with like a -1?
I can go with Thrawn.
He's got a +1, which is okay.
I can go up with Thrawn.
The robotic dragon should not be coming up with us. By the way, we are all going up. It's just who's going to be in the cart.
We're getting the cart.
Yeah, if they went to war with the war, ask for everyone to show that they're not infected. So we'll have to talk to them.
Plus, I don't even have the mark, so why would I be with you guys if I?
But
no, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna probably, if we had the cart, they're gonna inspect it.
Yeah. But the important thing is the first impression. We're more likely to get away with shit if our first impression is good.
I like the way you think.
I think I really don't want to do this, but I think it might be Thrawn and Theo, because Ferno has the issue of he is high elf,
which feels extra snooty.
Yeah, they're gonna look at him and be like, absolutely not.
Shackle him up.
No, they let him in earlier. They were just a bit prejudiced.
Yeah. But I'm human, so I'm used to the prejudice. I'm the most normal of races.
Well, last time they treated with me, it was just like, oh, all right. This is a guy that fought in the wars. Neat.
But so far,
I will let you take the lead if you wish.
Do not want to take the lead. You can take the lead. I will help.
No, you know what? No, earn your fucking keep.
Tareer can't even talk to them. Tareer can't even talk to them, so he's just there for in case shit happens.
I already have. You just don't want to. Okay.
I will go up with you, and if things start going bad, I will cover for your fucking ass.
Am I the one that's currently pulling the cart then? With the moose?
Yeah, we'll hop down, and you can drive it the rest of the way.
Also, one thing that I've forgotten to add on your way in here, in probably the last 30 minutes or so, you've been going past farmland that it's mostly like rice field kind of esque farmland.
Oh, very
Viet
nice.
Cong.
Asian Frenchman? What the fuck?
We're going to the Vietnamese, guys.
The worst
From what you
two
guys can
races.
see, it seems like you can see a lot of people working in the farms. It's a very active environment out here. There's a lot of guard outposts, like a lot of guards that seem to just be kind of wandering around between the farmlands and all that stuff.
Did the
They
guards?
don't seem to like be pulling anyone over or anything. It's probably more so just as like a military presence kind of thing. Your understanding of the Underdark, it would probably make sense that there's, a small handful of people with weapons on the outskirts in the farmland, given the wildlife. Especially given that they don't seem to be interacting with anyone on the road. They're kind of just on lookout.
Did those guards or military guys like pay us any attention, or they just let us by?
Yeah, they just watch you guys ride in. You're not the only cart on the road as you get closer and closer. It's like there's a lot of wagons and whatnot being pulled in.
It is most likely just actual guards, not like.
Yeah, they're not. It's not like checkpoints or anything like that.
So, I do just want to say one thing, Thrawn. I do have a -1 to charisma. I've only got persuasion at +2. So if I have
why did you offer to come up?
Because I'm the most normal-looking person in the party. And
Well,
also I know Elvish. And I know Elvish.
Well, we can't have Throdgar there at the front door.
We definitely can't.
I guess I'm going up and talking.
No.
But, like...
Hello, we're here to destroy your kingdom.
People are revolution.
Throdgar, no! Stop walking ahead!
I don't like your French fuckers.
Stop walking ahead, Throdgar! No!
Please, you have a life to live.
We only just got here, fuck's sakes!
I still think it should be Thrawn and Theo that goes up. And I don't mind taking point because, like, regardless, I shouldn't be lying or intimidating in this anyway.
While you guys are discussing this, there's a card in front of you at the gate that's being checked. They are basically going through. They, open the bags and whatnot, have a look in. There's one of them that's speaking to the drow. Well, it's not a drow speaking to, it's a gith on the cart. Speaking to him, they flash the mark. It's a very roundabout, like it's a very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Routine.
A very normal vehicle check kind of thing.
Passport.
Like, yeah.
A border crossing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm fine with that, lads. As much as we have a bigger space, it's not like massive, so
yeah.
I think we'll be fine.
All right.
But yeah. So we continue
pulling up, and who's sitting at the front of the cart? It's Thrawn and Theo.
I'm on the cart. I thought they hopped off to walk up to the guards.
They can walk up alongside it if they want.
Yeah, I guess we will.
I'm assuming you're bringing the cart with. They're very clearly going to check the cart.
With the skeleton moose pulling it.
Quick check. Do we have anything?
Are we getting like side-eyed much by like just the normal people, or could they literally not give a fuck?
They don't seem that perturbed, actually.
Cool.
As you pull up to the gate, one of the guards with the ledger that was discussing with the Gith previously. Actually, no, first, he says something in a language you don't understand.
Are you sure about that?
What language does any of us...
It's fun. It's fun. I'm sure Jaden's looked up more
Each
recently.
and every one of us.
Yeah.
Common draconic force. Fuck.
But yes, the drow speaks to you in a language you don't understand.
Thrawn, you don't know Elvish, do you?
I do.
You do? Okay.
What
In Elvish, I'll say sorry. I
the
think this
fuck
is the
do you
closest.
take me for?
Somebody who doesn't know Elvish.
Bro, that's like my native tongue. My tongue's all up in
He's
there.
been half fucked by them, so
What? The fuck's that supposed to mean?
you're half elf, right?
Yeah, my dad boned an elf. I didn't. I boned a thick orc woman. Jesus. Anyway, yeah, this is an actual conversation that happened in the world.
And in Elvish, I say, sorry, I don't understand that tongue specifically.
He takes a glance up from his ledger real quick. Foreign mercenaries, then. As he speaks, two other guards begin heading around, like either side of the cart, and start heading around the back to look in. So, you don't speak the common tongue. How many of you are in there?
2 or 1?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the 6 of us.
There's 6 of us, and then we've got 3 of them in the back. Right?
Yeah.
Quick math,
Yeah.
who's not here?
Yeah, the others are like in the carriage.
Why don't we get Karen out at all?
Actually, like Thrawn will be like,
I
Theo,
can't speak Elvish.
I'll be like, Theo, go like open the door for them so they can see.
I'll go open the door.
And your business here? Here for trade? Work?
This one here is looking at buying some slaves for some manual labor. Gesturing to Sharia.
Very foreign. You're in the wrong city for that one, sorry. Your kind can't buy them either. If you wish for permits, you could pursue one at Noctella.
Well, I also did hear that this was a trade, not really gesturing to trade. I did hear this was a normal trade center. We're looking for more supplies as well. Traveling with my companions here, making our way through this space. We're quite new. We're tourists. Tourists making our way through the Underdark. It's actually our first time ever being here to Lustra.
I could tell. As you let him into the back, not the one you're speaking to, but the guards, because Theo said he was just opening the door for them. They're a little bit taken aback when they look through the back and it becomes bigger it's like a little pocket dimension in there almost. It's bigger on the inside. They're taken aback and they take a moment and they sort of hesitantly poke their heads in as one climbs in and the other stays back. And they start. Wait.
And
did
then
you guys clean the inside of the cart after that?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Just double check that one.
You're like, they walk in, there's fucking broken fingers spat on the floor and like some teeth and like a dead dude just like there.
Just pieces all over the place.
We did have to fully clean it because we had to
do it for a long rest.
And also we had the injured
Slaves.
people. Yeah, the injured people in there as well. So we had to do it, otherwise they would have not been that would have been awful.
Is there any living wares you wish to announce?
No.
No.
We were hoping that we may be able to trade. We were attacked in a swamp by a displacer beast, and we were able to skin it. We were wondering if there's anywhere that we might be able to sell such an item.
So those bug things as well.
This might be bad.
Yeah, and I also say, I'm like, oh yeah, what were they? They're like big mosquitoes, like attacked us as well.
Sturges.
And a swamp thing.
Yeah, a big wood thing, a thing made of vines, attacked us as well. It was quite a pitched. It was a bit of a battle, but we were able to gonna beat away the wildlife and can continue on our way.
You've come from the moonlit swamps then, I assume.
I literally don't know if that's what they're called or not. I assume so, yes.
It's been a journey. Yes, I'm sure there are plenty of people who'd like to buy. Depending on the condition, you could find buyers.
Okay, excellent.
Are there any other ways we should know about?
The slice of beast meat.
Well, I'm assuming that
guys on the inside, they found the displacer beast. They're going through like any kind of sacks or anything you have back there. Mostly like what you keep your rations in.
Yeah,
I
it should just
don't
be
believe
rations.
there's anything that any of you guys have.
I will ask him what kind of wares should I, if I visit another city and I do get something, what kind of things should I announce?
Yeah, what do we have to declare? You know,
Yeah,
basic customs stuff.
What's some legal things I have to say so I can hide them better next time?
No,
Well, no, I want no. The thing is, I want to know so that we don't just get caught as sitting there like, ha ha ha! You have this illegal mushroom that you're not allowed to bring into the city.
Could you imagine?
I think it would have been better if we just didn't know it was legal or not.
You have dirt from the top side. See, that could affect our delicate ecosystem.
Oh yeah, I still have like glowing mushroom shit.
Any living wares?
One I've done this week. Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
Any animals, anything that hasn't been already marked?
Any glowing
If you
mushrooms?
have anything that has been marked, you will have to present that. And speaking of, may I see all of your marks? As he holds up his hand and he shows his.
Thoron pulls down pulls the sleeve back and raises his hand so the mark presents.
No.
I just gestures the chest tattoo.
The guys in the back, they skip over Sharir for obvious reasons. They check tattoos of everyone closest to them as well, and each person they check, they call out to the other guy, clear, clear.
I don't think you have to do it. That's done.
Underdark, calm down.
We are all done here. He takes a peek around the corner of the cart and sees that there's a bit of a line behind you, probably 5 or 6 carts long of grain and whatnot, or whatever it is that they're farming nearby.
Upset people.
He sighs. You're good to move on. Keep moving.
All right, lads. Let's not hold these people up any longer.
Bureaucracy.
Sweet.
The entire conversation, just all right, don't know, let's go. Are you still talking in Elvish, or did you swap to Common?
No, I'd just be talking in Elvish. I think we determined that they can't speak just normal Common.
Yeah. Yeah, I was asking you, and when you said all right, let's move along, it was like, what?
That would have been just
that would have been so
common.
For clarity, the language that everyone's speaking that none of you understand is Undercommon.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the common tongue that pretty much everyone down here knows. You guys do not.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
But yes. Yes.
Alrighty. So as you ride on in, the city is bustling. There's lots of carts going about everywhere. There's lots of people going about everywhere. It looks like, it's almost like Ravana at peak hour sort of thing. Everyone, it's a bustling trade hub. You can see pretty much from the moment you get in the store, there's people in stalls calling out, advertising, various knickknacks, wares. Little stalls don't really seem that successful. It's more it seems more like kind of tourist trappy kind of stores. They're, at a first glance, there's nothing particularly amazing, even though a lot of them are calling out stuff as if they have some kind of, well, from what you can understand in Elvish, they're calling out with the body language and the shouting as if they're selling some kind of exotic wares, but looking around, it's at best you've got some animal products, you've got some realistically cheap gems that are kind of pretty to look at, stuff like that. You can see as the main road goes in, though, it seems that the buildings get more and more and more illustrious and well established, and there starts to be signs and banners and whatnot all over the stores.
So lads, what are we really trying to do here in Lustra? What do we want to try and find out?
Yes, and also something that might be of point to you guys. There's probably like every 40 steps there's a group of guards.
I
Yep.
would say actually when we get into like the city, do we want to pack away the cart?
I think it's a really good idea because we have declared that we've got the cart. We know
Hmm.
we put the cart away, so if they come in looking for us, they're like they've got a cart. Just no, we don't.
Yeah, and it just gives us more of a chance to duck away and to just like, be a bit
And it's
more.
like an extra storage space if we go on, like, all right, quickly chuck it in there, shrink it down. No one knows what's in it.
Also, like going through the streets will take up less footprint, more or less. Like it gives us a bit of a chance to be a little bit more discreet if need be.
How many, like, of the people, like in 10 people, is it just mostly drow or is it just all drow or what? Or like it's like one or two different races?
There's a pretty healthy mix. It's probably like 50% drow, and then everything else is like a combination of you've got Gith, you've got deep gnomes, you've got some of the Dwerga. You've got like a healthy mix of everyone that you've seen down here. There's even some Taurens roaming about.
Okay, that's a good sign for us that
Do the Taurens look like they're clothed in commoner clothing or like slaves essentially?
Commoner clothing.
Okay. Ah.
Just something that I would like to ask just about the game in general, the way you do it, Jaden. What's the best way to like learn a language? Is it to get an actual teacher, or is it to get a book, or is it just through experience?
I think you've had it in the past, Jaden, when I was trying to learn Draconic before I picked up comprehend languages. Was that I had to spend like a couple hundred days or something in here. Let me just quickly check it. Yeah, I'd spent
Oh, just
250 days learning Draconic actively.
Yeah, I think that's like the rules as written, time to learn
yeah.
a language sort of thing. That would be to learn it fluently.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But to get by with basic.
To get by with basics would be largely, if you've got some way of translating, you could probably just learn through experience as it goes on.
I do not. Alright.
Wait, can I cast comprehend languages on someone else?
Is it a target of self or touch?
It's target of self, so I can't.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
I
Theo
mean,
just
if in theory Thrawn can learn and translate, then
Yeah.
he could help teach everyone else.
I might do that just because I might just cast comprehend languages on myself because it is a ritual. It'll take one action.
Levels
moment,
comprehend
really.
languages?
A ritual adds
it's a
10 minutes to the casting time.
So yeah, I'd probably spend some time while we're still in like the lower markets and stuff, just learning comprehend language.
if you're gonna cast
doing comprehend languages, yeah.
if you're gonna cast a spell, are there any like as he's going to cast his ritual spell that's gonna take 10 minutes? Are there any like do guards come over to us? Are they a little bit like, oh, he's casting magic, or is it like whatever? It's probably just a first level spell that doesn't do anything.
Is he casting magic out in the open, or is he like doing it inside the cart?
I'll say we've packed away the cart,
I'll be
but I
back.
am trying to do this stealthily. It does have some verbal.
A ritual would require a setup. Like, it's implied that the 10 minutes is essentially you set up the area around you to cast the spell. Like, it's a ritual. Like, literally, like, draw on the ground with chalk sort of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can just explain what spell he's doing. Is like he's literally comprehend languages.
No,
it's just so we can
if
understand.
I'm going to be doing it anyway, I'll just do it in the cart, activate it,
Yeah,
and then hop out of the cart, pack it away.
That is a good idea.
It lasts for 1 hour at the
It
moment.
won't be long, but
Yeah, but it's enough for me. I will be able to understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that I hear. I also understand any written language that I see, but I must be touching the surface on which the words are written. So, like, if there's a sign, I can touch the sign, and then I understand what's written on it.
Wait, did it say you can understand language, like, spoken?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I
that was the
understand them.
first thing, right?
Yeah.
The literal meaning of any spoken language.
But he wouldn't be able to know what's written on anything unless he touches the sign.
Wait, now here's a question: do you have to touch the sign at least once, or
Yes.
touch it throughout the entire time? Because then
I
I'm just
think
imagining Thrawn just going around doing the childish thing of trying to
I need-
jump
I-
and touch
I
the
think-
signs as like a kid.
I think I need to actively be touching it for it to be active.
For
It'd
it
be
to
funny
understand.
if you would
You
just
wouldn't lose the knowledge of what it said, though. It would be like you
No.
put your hand on it and it would translate, and then you take your hand off, and then you've got the. Like, that would be a useful tool to learn the written language, essentially.
I'm just imagining Thrawn now just trying to jump signs and read them.
While Thrawn is spending his 10 minutes casting, can Theo just look around? Is there any is there like beggars and stuff? Like what's the vibe of the street?
How many homeless people are there?
I actually would
It's-
like to know that.
Yeah, it's not super, like, slummy.
Yep.
It's. I don't know how to explain it. It's sort of like. It's like a flea market kind of thing.
Yep.
It's like the outsides of the town. It's like it's lower class sort of stores, little stalls. There's some people going around trying to like peddle wares that they're just carrying with them in like coats or whatnot.
Yep.
Very like kind of shady. The ones that you spot doing that, they typically tend to get very quickly chased off by guards. Not necessarily like tackled and arrested, but the guards kind of come up, have some words with them, and then like shoo them away, sort of thing.
Yep.
Anyone like begging for money also gets the same treatment, sort of thing. So I was like,
Yep.
it's not like they don't exist, but again, there's a very heavy presence of guards around the place that seem to be doing a decent job of shooing away like the sort of very slummy kind of aspects of the area.
Yep. No worries. Perfect.
Okay.
So
so-
for an hour, Thrawn can comprehend Undercommon,
Yes.
which is what everyone around here is talking, by the way.
So why don't I just use Thrawn to try and learn Undercommon and then he just translates for me?
Well,
'Cause
I'm
then
I'm gonna spend the hour like talking to people in the market, seeing like potentially looking at buying stuff, like more so to just gather like.
Yeah, but I want to
general
hear
knowledge.
both sides because
I will teach it to you later.
I don't know, but like
What-
you
what-
just understand it normally, while I'm like, all right, I can hear what they're saying, which is Undercommon, and I'm assuming.
No, I'm not. I'm not just hearing it in my head in common. It's one of those things that it's like someone who for an hour you are fluent in that language more or less. At least that's how I've always interpreted it. So it's one of those things of like, oh yeah,
So if I just start
like-
talking to you in Draconic, do you just automatically switch to Draconic, or?
I can comprehend it. I can't speak it.
It's I think it's in the exact same way of like, yeah, sure, you can understand it, but you've got 3 people talking to you at once. You'll literally doesn't matter what languages you know how to speak. You won't know any of them. It's an overload sort of thing.
Yeah. Like I said, I can understand it. I'm going to use that to try and build up my like normal knowledge of it. But it's one of those things where until I've gathered a normal knowledge of it, I will need to be casting this to understand other people.
No. So you're very intentionally going to be going out of your way to try and talk to as many people as possible?
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to be trying to like interact with people in the market, see if there's like anyone who's like, I might even ask like, oh yeah, like what kind of smiths and stuff are around. Trying to use more of like my general knowledge of back when I was a tavern owner, and I'd go wandering through markets to buy all the things that I'd need, to just like ask after just like general like wares, general things that someone might be after.
Any Warforged around?
I can ask that for you.
None that you can spot. If that was a question to me.
Yeah, it was, but then Nick also answered it as well.
Yeah, there's none within sight. Alright.
Like, in the area we're in, like any.
What was it you specifically want to learn, Nick? If we want to go through the cliff notes of it.
I just want to know, like, what kind of smiths are around. What are what did I say? Like, what kind of smiths are around, and just ask after like general like bits and bobs, like, like where can we go for food? Where's their lodging for? And like gesturing at us, like for people like us, that kind of stuff. Just like general chatter as I'm like, I might buy like a couple like things at the market, just like a little bit of food and stuff. Just in general to like try and get the stall owners and stuff to be a bit more pliant, like a bit more willing to talk. Because I'm buying something. I'm not just standing here talking to you. Yeah. Is there anything that resembles a vegetable or a fruit that I may purchase?
Is it all rice?
All right.
Fuck.
So
These
going.
Frasians. Oh
So,
no, these Frasians. It sounds like
all right.
Frasier.
So, going through the crowd and discussing with people and all that stuff, you very quickly learn that the people that actually want to talk with you are all trying to sell you something, and none of them seem particularly open to giving useful directions to someone else's store. It's like every time you try and ask anything about, it's like, oh yeah, they're like any smithies or anything around the place. They essentially try and like sell you on whatever they're selling instead. Like, oh, you don't need to go to some expensive smithy where they'll charge you out the ass. You can just use this thing instead. And so it's like after having to brush off a good deal of those people or getting ignored by the people walking the streets, which are obviously well practiced at ignoring the sales pitches, you come to the realization that it's probably the guards that are the most useful at giving the directions. They're not like super hoity-toity or aggressive. They seem reasonably well versed in guiding people around the place. So, like any guard that you speak to is more or less happy to direct you to where you need to go. You do get directions to a wide assortment. There's basically, from what you can gather, almost anything you could ever want to get here. There's plenty of like smithies and jewelers and all of that stuff. It seems like magic is a fairly attainable item to get, as in like enchanted items are fairly common, although no one that ever mentions, like no one that you manage to bring it up with nearby in this area of town seems to think that you've got, well, at a first glance, seems to think that you've got the wealth behind you to get it. It's like it's attainable, but probably expensive. Not something that someone around this area would be able to afford.
Have they
Obviously,
seen my gold-soled boots? Thank you very much.
And me just being tripped out and fucking.
but no,
Pedals
you
and shit.
also do manage to get some directions to some taverns, to some food courts. There's most of like the more refined goods, most of the more particular stuff or the better quality stuff. It seems like as you get further and further into the heart of the city, the quality of what you can get goes up. And getting food and all of that stuff is sort of just more or less a couple city blocks in, and then you're at a and then there's like lots of food stalls and whatnot. You can spot a couple establishments that seem like dine-in kind of, almost like it. It's basically a restaurant. Like they're laid out very much like taverns or inns, but they don't seem to have any kind of lodging, but they do provide food from a counter. They've got their own built-in kitchens. It's like small little cafes or so on and so forth. You've got a fairly wide array of selections.
Okay.
While Thrawn is doing that, I think Theo will just be like, "Hey, Thrawn, I am going to just take a quick trip just to get a layout of the city. You can keep doing this, but I'm probably also going to try and take Karen with me."
Any landmarks we should be fucking use to meet up again?
That's a good point. Is there? We'll try and meet
We
You
should
said
try
that
and
there wasn't
find.
really any lodging, Jaden, that we've been able to find.
You haven't encountered it this far out, but you've
Mhm.
gotten directions to some that's not that much further in.
I'd
Okay,
say we just sort
like-
out lodging and then everyone
Yeah.
can do their own thing.
Specifically, the two options that seem sorry. So more specifically, there's depending on what kind of area you want to go, there's a very sort of upper class in deeper into the city by the name of the Spider's Daughter. Otherwise, there's a sort of middle of the range, the Vilethorn Blossom. On the outside, you've got some more. They seem like more ramshackle options, like the Gnome Hole, the Myaramona, and the Mystical Minotaur. Seem
Mhm.
like cheaper options, but they seem more like where the rabble would be. So whether you want to go to you've basically got the full spectrum at.
I might
Cheap
go to like
to expensive.
I reckon we find like a not super like
Middle
fancy place,
class.
but yeah, somewhere in the middle.
I think
Are we seeing anyone who isn't of the Underdark down here? If we do, I'm not going to like approach them or anything like that. But no one seems particularly surprised, and they've commented on, "Oh, foreigners are down here." Um, like no one seems
Maybe we're not
particularly
with the rest of the group that of tourists.
Okay.
Yeah, just one of those things of it's like, yeah, they don't
Yeah.
seem really surprised. Like they might not like us elves, but they're not surprised to see a man, a dwarf, a warforged, some elves just like wandering around here.
So I'm
Or a
going.
tiefling.
So I'm going to assume that you more or less use the full hour of comprehend languages for all of this information gathering. So I'll
Yes.
say that in that hour, it's like you do notice people that seem very much from the surface. Like they're probably the smallest minority down here. It's like it seems like, oh yeah, maybe like 1 in every 50 odd people around the place seem to be outsiders like you guys. It's like they're not so rare that it's shocking when you see them, but it more or less tracks with the opinions of you. You do also notice that even more rare than them, there's like 1 or 2 Warforged you spot from a distance.
Is it our guys?
Mm.
Our guys.
Yeah, the guys that were sent down.
Oh, the old guard. No,
Yeah.
you don't spot
Okay.
any of them here.
Damn, that could have
Okay.
been easy.
Warforged look like.
Okay, no, that's fine. They just seem like the standard design.
Yeah, they're the normal design.
Okay.
Or
Oh, yeah,
normal designs. One of them was like an envoy design.
yeah. Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to like get like a kind of like how much do we stand out kind of thing, but that's fine. But yeah, no, we're gonna go find our lodgings, I think, and then once we have like procured like a couple rooms, then I'll probably stay at the tavern with like our stuff, and the others can go explore.
at all. I do
Okay.
suggest. So what was the 2 options we had for lodging?
There's a lot more than 2 actually. It's more so what kind of class you want. It's like, do you want the kind of You've got taverns or inns. One is like, it's got the kitchen and the drinking area at the base of it plus rooms, but your inns are basically, well, they're more like hotels, are typically the higher class ones as well, of you could just get a room and there's food there, but there's not like a whole bunch of rowdy people around drinking.
Yeah.
So it's like you've got your pick of what
I
kind of
think they're
quality
the
lodging you
yeah.
you
I
want.
think one of the ones that's a bit further from the rowdy crowd is what we would go to for now. We might
For lodging.
we might explore around, and Throdgar might go for a stronger drink in the more rowdy ones, but we're trying to keep a low profile.
Yeah. Middle
But
class it
yes,
is.
middle class it is.
Alrighty. So are we going straight to that one then to
Yep.
get lodging
Get
for the
lodging.
night, or do we want to do like a little bit of wandering around markets and whatnot?
I
We should
think
do the
we sort out
lodging-
lodging and then we just use lodging to meet up and all that.
Yeah, that's more or less what we wanted to do. We wanted to have like
Okay.
a spot that we could like
Return to.
justifiably be able to go, hey, we're getting back to this location. This is what we're doing.
Or like just come back to here by the end of the day.
Yeah, that kind of thing. It gives us more of a chance to explore. Honestly, actually, if we're doing that, I said to Thor, we find our lodgings. Thrawn might have a little bit more of a look around at what kind of religion and what kind of stuff, because we've gotten little snippets of that so far. But he might go exploring to see like what kind of stuff that they're really doing down here. But yeah, whatever you guys want to do as well.
So Theo and Taryn are going to wander off and do their own thing after lodging's been sorted out. What's Ferno, Throdgar going to be doing? Because
Well, we should all
I'll
go
be
to
right
the
back.
lodging first because we need to know where it is. You can't just tell us an address in a city we don't know. We have to be there.
yeah, I mean like
know.
after that's sorted out.
I wanted to go roaming the back alleys because I just wanted to get a sense of what the city is like on the underbelly. I thought Taryn might want to come with me, but that's not.
Sounds good.
I do want to go and see like the dwarves and all that, just so we can find out like, all right, just, like blacksmith area, see how much their economy is going, and what materials are commonly available to them.
Cannot stress I do not know Ferno enough to know what he would want to do. Somebody else will have to direct him to like go to the place that you think Ferno would most likely want to be at.
My take on it would probably be that Ferno would be more or less wherever Thrawn would go. He'd probably get less involved with shady stuff.
Yep.
So he's probably not going to go with Theo and Taryn.
If Taryn wants to come with me. I can go alone.
Go with you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's anything he would seek out specifically, so he'll kind of just wordlessly tag along with the people doing the least suspicious stuff.
And would Throdgar immediately go get a drink?
Well, someone needs to speak Elvish with him, unless he finds a dwarvish place.
Oh, he might find a dwarvish place.
Because if so, I can go with Throdgar and like just hang around with Throdgar for that time, then, and then do my own research.
I think that's a horrible idea, but I would love to
send the two most violent people with each other to a bar.
Well, while you guys think about that, we'll get lodging sorted out. So you guys said you want to. Oh, one moment, sorry.
Grabbing someone. He's grabbing books.
All right.
Hold on, my dog's escaped.
So you guys said you wanted to go somewhere cheaper, but not like rowdy crowd kind of place.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably the best one you can find along that would be the Vilethorn Blossom. Which, if I'm assuming you just head there, it's like a nice kind of it's a stone sort of square stone building. It's got the same sort of glisten of like, you know, when concrete has like quartz and whatnot in it. It's got like that faint kind of glisten to it along the walls. As you walk in, there's a man behind a desk, an older elvish man. It's a pretty well laid out place. It's not like Persian rugs and whatnot, but the place is tidy. There's a potted plant. There's, you know, carpets, so on and so forth. You can see well kept stairs. There's another man in what appears to be some kind of like servant's uniform kind of thing. He's just going around like cleaning tables and so on and so forth around the place. When you walk in, the man at the desk looks up and says something that you can't understand in common, but at this point you're starting to gather is more of like a casual greeting, like something along the lines of, "Ah, hello."
Can I help you?
But you don't catch like most of the rest of the sentence.
Hmm.
It's like you catch the greeting. Everyone is dead quiet. Hello.
Everyone is dead quiet.
Thrawn is supposed to be talking, or Theo, or
well,
Taryn.
I mean,
Well,
would
not
we
Taryn, that's me,
would
no.
we know that Thrawn's comprehend languages is off now?
I'd like to attempt in Dwarvish. Like, you speak Dwarvish, or
It's probably not great.
Hmm.
Gonna give Dwarvish a go.
Yeah, like no, I understand the undercommon tongue.
He responds in a passing Dwarvish, but not really fluent.
Cool.
Yes, I think I could do that.
All right,
Were you looking for a reservation?
looking for lodgings. How many beds are we looking for, guys?
6.
6. Yeah, 6 beds. Possibly one room, or like multiple rooms.
Probably 3.
Yep.
Were we
2 or
looking
3.
for doubles, 2 to our room?
That's probably a good idea. Yep.
Or
I can also
would
speak
you
Dwarvish,
each
so I
like
do
your
understand.
own room?
2 to a room.
Very well.
Individual beds, if that's okay.
So not the lovers' quarters.
And I don't think I don't know about most of these guys, but yeah, don't spoon that way, so no.
Should get one.
Very well. How long were you planning on staying?
It is undetermined. Say 3 days, but it might. Theo will
3
be like,
days.
because I realized I also can speak Dwarvish. Theo will be like,
No return. Sorry, that's going for a while.
3 days. Maybe we might be getting an extension. We don't entirely know how long we'll be staying in the city for.
We've just arrived to the city.
I see. There's much to do here. 3 days might be a good start.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anything you recommend for the tourists to go do, or anything that's
For the tourists, we've got. Are you the museum kind of person or the amphitheater kind of person?
we got one person that's into museums, we've got one person that's into partying, and then the rest of us are like for anything.
Another who likes drinking.
We're talking in Dwarvish, by the way, so it's
Which means he can speak.
Is there anywhere I can find any good drink?
If you would like, we can send a wine up to your room.
Anything stronger?
He likes to be a bit of a rowdy one. Don't mind him.
I think
have some spirits.
That'll do.
Very well. Alright.
Does he give? By the way, with that entire exchange, does he give like the worried look of like, oh fuck, have I got the rowdy sort in my?
A little bit.
Yeah, I think Theo will pick up that immediately and be like, it's okay. If he's gonna drink, he's not gonna drink here.
What about like libraries or museums and all that? Like, I've got like one friend that might actually be interested in going there.
In the museums.
Libraries as well. Like,
a few blocks down to the west, the old gem.
You cut out.
Yeah.
We're crying in the corner. Okay, we're back.
What did you hear?
Over to the west.
Few blocks down to the left, and then gone.
All right. A few blocks to the west, You've got the old gem museum. Otherwise, if you go east, you've got the wildlife museum.
I think
Was
it would be interesting if Fano went to the wildlife museum.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Yeah.
that's why I'm actually just getting this information just to ask if he for.
Was it
Also,
the old
yeah.
gem museum, or was it something else?
Yeah, there's the. It's called the old gem museum.
Yeah, I did
Is
never
to the
read
west, wildlife museums to the east.
They do mostly archaeological. It's not exclusive to gems. They've got some fossils. They've got some. You'd have to ask them. I'm not sure if it is. I'm not a.
In
Not quite my scene.
I switched to Draconic, and I'm like, Shri, you might want to. If it's an archaeological museum, they might have stuff on where you came from, or where.
That's as old as me, probably. We'll see.
Yes.
You should
And then I switched
be
back to
careful.
Dwarven.
They add you to the museum.
I doubt they could try.
I will make sure that most of the entire museum is down in flames if they try.
Um,
But all right. So we got places to go for information. Well, history. What about libraries and all that? Like arcane libraries or just standard libraries would be nice to know.
We've got an assortment. Public libraries. If you're looking for arcane knowledge, you won't find very much of that in Luma. Knowledge of that nature would only be found in Noctella.
This tracks with what we know.
Yep.
That is assuming the sisterhood would let you in.
Yeah.
Which they will not.
Yes.
Smithies that actually can do gilding on Warforged. I'm just bringing this up just in case.
Gilded Warforged. If I were to take a guess,
Yeah, I do guess we very overlook it sometimes, but like Sharia isn't just a plain stone man. He's like a metal man. He is like inlaid with like gold across. Is it gold?
And
or did we
gold,
do
and adamantite, and where the joints are, there's actually like red translucent scales. That
yeah, like you are regal looking as fuck. Like we don't really talk about it very often, but like you're done up really well.
yeah. And all I have to do is just wipe off the dirt. I don't have to worry about cloth and stains.
The silver tongue might be the best bet for something flashy. I'm not 100% sure as to if they've ever done that before.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's what we can really hope for.
Also, I should add, while you guys are discussing this, you've noticed that like 2 of them have gone upstairs, presumably to prepare your rooms.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
How much was this costing us?
We haven't checked. It was Thrawn, just to help. It was 3. We got 3 rooms, double.
Single bedrooms, or single beds. I mean,
no, double rooms.
Yeah, double room, single beds.
So okay.
It's 7 silver per night for a double. So for 3 nights, that is 63 silver.
I always forget that adventurers are fucking rich.
I give them that.
I only have 3 gold because I just all right, I need money to buy magic items.
How are you this poor?
Because remember, I used most of my gold, and then you lent me gold to buy magic items.
I'm assuming you asked in Elvish. He's kind of swapping between Dwarvish and Elvish because different people are speaking different languages to him. He's taken it like a champ, though. Well acquainted with.
Does he? Well, I mean, we've already started. We might as well not.
I pay the silver for 3 nights.
Any places that actually would sell like magic items for like adventurers or just in general,
Actually, this is something that I would know just from when I was walking around. There aren't very many places in Lustra. So it's one of those things like, yeah.
Well, they don't have like spells and all that, like an actual arcane library, because I did ask that, but like just like traveler that sells like magic items or anything like that in the city.
No, if they've got
Magical
made-
items, there are places. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
Thrawn gathered that
Oh,
and he
that's right.
travels
They
as
said
like
that
he
I
can
wasn't
get them,
very
but they're
rich.
probably on the pricier side. So it's
But
not
since
like
I'm
you have to
asking and I
be
look
rich
rich as
everyone
fuck,
can buy them, but it's pretty obvious that there's at least maybe not like the Gemsmith Brothers level kind of establishments, but it seems like there's a small like 4 or 5 places.
different businesses.
Yeah, there's like it seemed like the Silver Tongue was a name that came up for like
gilding and
magical items as a
Mm.
smithy, but there's also like jewelers that do magic. There's alchemists and herbalists, and
they all just specialize into different crafting of
there's a
magic.
different array. You'd probably have to shop around if you're looking for particular magic items, but it seems more or less most of like your moderate are at least attainable if you can afford them in this city.
I'd also just like to ask, like, what good places sell good quality dwarvish food that can adjust to how hot food can be?
Sell what, sorry?
He wants
Dwarvish
spicy
food,
dwarvish food.
Oh,
that good quality is what I'm asking.
I'm not sure if there's very many higher quality lodgings, restaurants. For the dwarvish, there's at least a handful around here. As far as restaurants, that could probably meet your needs.
Yep.
Dwarvish taverns tend to be more on the outskirts.
Yep.
Is there any other info that we really want from this dude?
I would like to know if there is a Theo will ask, is there a job board or something of the equivalent for either manual labor or like dangerous labor?
Or like another question is there like a bad side of town or like that we should try to avoid? Like I'm asking that.
And you can ask. Theo won't.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. So Theo doesn't have to.
The outskirts tend to have the rattier crowds. If you're looking to stay out of trouble, I would avoid the Miaramona.
The mirror
It-
what?
The Miaramona. It's not a very pleasant place. To the people in the room that speak Elvish, the place quite literal. The word Miara quite literally translates to false woman, and Mona being. It's a play on words. It quite literally translates to false woman's pleasure house.
Yep.
It doesn't attract the best crowds. They tend to get a bit rowdy.
I'm guessing that's where most of the dwarvish go.
We'll just assume that the outer districts are where we'll encounter more
Outer
dwarves. The place
districts,
we
a
get-
brothel house is to place to avoid. No
when we
distinct
were-
streets.
just for like the structure of the city, is this like a flat thing or is it like a central like castle that everything slopes up towards? Like what's like the layout of the city?
It's
Is it in rings, like tiered rings
yeah,
of like?
it's more like a tiered rings kind of system. It's mostly flat. Like there seems like a little bit of a slope uphill as you go further into the center. Like it's
Mhm.
probably a shallow hill. It's not like you don't look up the street and see spires towering over everything else, sort of thing, except for the fact that they're taller than everything else. But it's
Yeah,
like
okay.
you're not looking up a steep hill.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to know that, so we'll we'll keep that in mind. Thrawn is then probably going to go establish, like, go put our stuff away in the rooms.
Yeah, what was the other question that Theo was going to ask?
It was where job.
Yeah, like a job board.
Or
Let me guess, we need a permit for that as well.
It depends on the work that you're looking. There's plenty of taverns and inns that have their need for contracted work. You might even find people looking for mercenary work in those places. Otherwise, you could always go to the nearest guardhouse. They reasonably open with bounty hunters and mercenaries. There's always plenty of outlaws they need help catching, especially with the rebels around this place.
Rebels.
No, don't do this.
What kind of
No.
rebel activity has been seen in these parts? Are
Is that
they
a chit stain?
are they particularly like, you know, it seems to be good guardsmen around here, but like, what kind of people should we try to avoid? Are they more in the outer district with the other dwarves?
Forgot.
It's too late. It's too late. It's too late.
But can I have? Can
So
I
too
please have a? We're gonna.
I'd like to
say
just say to
okay.
him, it's like, sorry for my friend,
sorry,
he's a bit retarded.
I'm sorry. I had to do it because
I know.
Matthew definitely would have done it. There's like,
Yeah, no,
there's-
I'm just gonna tell the Elvish guys, like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my friend's a bit retarded.
oh, you're retarded, mate. I'll fucking club your head in.
All right.
Severely
Hilarious.
retarded.
Persuasion from Throdgar, please.
Persuasion.
Isn't it deception? Well, like, because he said he's like trying to avoid.
No. It's persuasion because the lying doesn't matter. He's like, this is trying to be like, oh yeah, we aren't the people who like care about rebels. That's what we're trying to pull off.
What is it?
They would actually earn us a good amount of coin. I'd like to say
I
that.
rolled a 9, and I actually can't see what his modifiers.
I'd like to say like, I'd like to say on the side, they would get us a good amount of coin when if we capture them and hand them over.
You rolled a 9. Oh god.
Can I just try and use a help action here by saying it's like
Nah,
they wouldn't
nah.
give us a good amount of coin?
It is
Yeah.
too late, sir.
I'm sorry, you did the opposite of the help action by calling him retarded.
You did.
The dude's
Yeah.
face.
So that's a 10 is what that totals.
Yeah. Look, that's not necessarily horribly bad.
He
That's like middle of the ground.
eyes Throdgar suspiciously for a moment. I wouldn't know what they look like. If I've encountered them, I'd have reported them to the authority.
How much?
Man.
To
How
my
much money do you
knowledge,
get in like?
they're mostly outside of the town.
Sorry, I was going to ask. Like, here's a question: like, how much do you get if you were to hand over, like, one of these fucking resistance guys to the authorities?
If you're looking to start bounty hunting, those questions would be best directed to the guard captain. I couldn't give you prices, heads, or anything like that.
Alright.
Probably very unsubtly, Theo will be like, cough cough. We've taken a lot of your time. Thank you for
Yeah.
all your answers. How long until the rooms will be ready?
Right, Thrawn's already upstairs.
Oh, yeah. Here's a question: how the fuck do you guys tell time? Like when it's like, all right, everyone goes to sleep and shit.
Just said we were gonna stop asking questions, and you immediately ask questions.
I know, but like this is the thing. Like so far, we just like, what the fuck's the time? It's like long rest at any time of the day because it's just dark all the time.
How long have you been about here?
We just arrived to the city.
2 days.
I mean, 2 days down here in the Underdark.
2 days.
Have you noticed that the light outside, the gems on the roof, they tend to dim and brighten slightly?
Not particularly. We were stuck in the mushroom swamp for a bit.
I suppose. You will see, I'm led to believe it's roughly on track with the surface, which you will be familiar with. It's brighter during the day and dimmer during the night. I believe it's something to do with the sun up there, actually, affecting the crystal in the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
Wait. All right. I will say while we are here, because we're done talking to the student now.
Yep.
How much gold do people have?
I got 3.
10.
Okay. I
We
will
desperately-
loan each of you some money.
No, 10 gold. Like if look, loaning gold, like I'd say 10 is the minimum because 10 gold pieces is already enough to be fucking rich. If it's 7 silver for a night here at a middle class thing, 10 gold is you are a small, like you are a upperclassman.
Yeah. Okay.
It
So
also
Theo,
depends on like how much people's spending habits
Okay.
are.
Okay. Sharia, would you like 100 gold?
Well, sweet, yeah. Therese not saying no to that.
I'll add it to your tab.
How much is the tab now? Fuck.
250.
So it's 350.
No, including with the 50 the 100 I just gave you.
All right. Sweet.
So it's 250 total. And Theo, would you like some money?
Absolutely not.
No, you don't. Jingling the coin pouch in. You don't want any money.
I'll take it if he's not taking it.
No,
If I
offer you 10 gold pieces in case you find something you really want, but still need 10 gold pieces to be a rich man.
No, if there's something I want, it won't be. It won't. It'll be
You won't be
100.
paying for it.
Well,
What
no,
about Taran? How much gold does Taran have?
I will say, hear me out, Harrison. So if you were to come across any magical things, they do cost like 300 gold.
yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, there's like, realistically, unless I'm buying weapons or armor or magic, I don't need more than 10 GP because most shit is just gonna like.
Look,
Most shit is gonna be in the silvers.
I was just trying to help distribute
I know.
wealth between the party.
So it's not just one man that has all the money. And
Theo-
if someone just steals all the money from Thrawn, then we're all broke instead of just one of us being broke.
Theo gives you.
Aaron
gives
has
you a smile.
464 gold on him. We're pretty
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
See, this is much better.
Theo
yes.
smiles and says, "I already owe you some money. I don't need to owe you some more."
Hey, you only owe me 50 gold. That's fine. With my interest rates, it's barely anything.
Wait, you have interest rates?
You said interest rates?
Yeah. Oh, Sharia, did you not read the fine print?
There was no contract that I signed, remember?
Yeah, it was a verbal agreement.
You didn't say anything about interest.
Well, I'm the one who you owe money to, so I think I'm the one who's allowed to make that decision.
Hey, I can bring you back to life, all right? I can
cannot-
cure diseases from you.
I cannot stress this enough. That's only 300 gold. Anyway, no, Theo declines vehemently.
Vehemently, yeah. Okay, Taran's got plenty of
And
money.
Inferno's got 589, so yeah.
How close is it to the end of
Inferno's the one with
day
the most money at the moment.
for us?
Yeah.
What'd you say, sorry?
How close is it to the end of the day? Like, is it like close to nighttime or?
I have to very quickly go to the toilet. I'll be back.
It's not really that close. Probably be
Like
if you
lunchtime?
were to judge based on how bright the crystals are, would probably be a bit past lunchtime, like 1, 2-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So since we've found a place and all that, and we've just put our shit and lodgings and all that, do we get... Who's got to be bunking with who for each room?
I don't really... Is that really important?
Or do you want the two most violent people in the same room?
You know what? I'll bunk with Throatgirl then.
I'll babysit Throngar.
Well,
Alright.
that was mostly because we're like bros who've been together. Like we're the ones who've been together the longest.
Okay.
I'll bunk with
Our
Ferno.
relationship has been
So it's...
developing the most.
So that means Sharia and Theo then.
Well, what did Kale say? Like,
He said he'll bunk with Ferno.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
Chirira and
You
Theo.
get your rooms. How much of your stuff do you guys like leave in there? Do you just leave like the travel kit sort of thing behind while you head out, or?
I don't have a travel kit. Shit.
I would be traveling around the town, like still still in my gear and more or less. Like I would leave, like my pack and like just like my general like supplies, but like I would still be wearing the armor that I wear and carrying my weapons.
Ree
stuff.
doesn't have any of that shit. Fuck.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Alrighty, so you leave your stuff in the room. It's like you each get a key to the rooms. There's, well, for the doubles, there's 2 keys, so each of you get a key specifically to your room, but not to each other's.
What?
It's the room's actually pretty nice. It's it's significantly cozier than the bunks back in the guild, but it's like
And
it's
back.
not giant illustrious beds, but it's probably it
Well,
would
it's
be
not.
the
They're
most
not.
comfortable living
Okay.
living quarters you guys have had.
Who's
quite a while.
whose couch am I sleeping on?
You're in
Got
a
your own bed.
Sharia.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
sure, yeah.
That's okay.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna wake up in the middle of the night and he's just gonna be standing at the end of your bed looking at you sleeping.
No, guys, it's okay.
No,
I
okay,
have
hear me out.
Virgil. Sure.
Genuinely, he's like the safest person you could be around if there were mind flayers about.
Or
It's
anyone
not.
sneaking in the room as well.
But also, like, secondary concern. It should be fine. He won't be the one waking me up. When he stands, Virgil will wake me up.
Okay.
You just hear his like breath, just like.
I don't need to breathe, so like I can essentially
Well,
just hear my steps.
You would be actively doing that shit just to fuck with him, don't you?
Neither does Virgil. He's looking at you.
Fucking
Yum.
pervert.
Alrighty. So we got lodging sorted. Where does everyone head? You've got
So-
like a bajillion different things that you could be heading off to do in the city. So what does everyone want to do?
Well, I'm gonna find a place where I can get some. Well, go to the Silver Tongue place.
The
Well,
smithy.
Yeah, because that was one of the magical establishments that was said. And then also all over the way, I want to like see any places that sell like decent or good clothes.
Theo.
Okay.
Theo would like to just take a trip through the. He just wants to go through like alleyways because you can tell a lot about what a city is like based on its alleyways.
I would probably go to whatever public library is here. Yeah, I'd probably just go to like a public library. I want to be able to like read up on what I can. Like, I want to be able to read stuff. I might even burn through a spell slot while I'm there, and then just short rest like in town for an hour.
It's also good because you're able to get more easy knowledge about the city and shit.
Yes, that's that's why Thrawn would do it. He's here on like a info gathering mission, and everyone else is like going off to explore the city. And at the end of the day, we'll rendezvous and share what we've learned.
Yeah.
It seems like a
Theo's-
good system.
Okay.
Because Theo isn't also just going to go through the back alleys. I kind of want to use the back alleys as a way to get somewhere. I want to go to the guard post and check out the bounties. And because I have Watcher's Eye, I will be welcomed there, or at least favorable.
What's Watcher's Eye?
Your experience in enforcing
yeah.
the you can
Yeah,
easily
it's like the
find
other
the local
police like him more or less. They like his vibes.
I can find the local outpost and I can also pick out the dens of criminal activity. But I'm more likely to be welcomed in the outposts than the criminal activity dens.
All right. And what is Taryn doing?
I want to go to the old gem museum we're talking about. See if I can find out anything.
Were we sending
All right.
Ferno with him for that?
Yeah, Ferno will go with you definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, who's Throdgar going with?
Well, there's.
I guess he would.
I'm going to
send
like,
him off with
Smithy place. So
yeah, I'd say we'll send him with you then, with Sharia. So then, if you encounter a Smith, Throdgar's actual expertise and like that stuff, he can actually tell you if it's any good or not.
yeah, I'm also going to try and use this information to see how how much materials are around here and like how common it is and shit compared to like up top.
All right. Okay, so in order, we'll start with Sharia wants to go to the Silver Tongue smithy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And you've got Throdgar with you.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so it takes a little bit. It's very much like inner city kind of area.
Mm.
It's on the upper echelons, it seems.
Well established. Okay.
Yeah, it's not like any kind of dwarven smithy. It's probably closer to call the establishment. It's like a small tower, probably
should-
about 3 stories high.
It was a good idea, but we should not have sent Throdgar.
It'll be fine.
As you enter, you can hear it. You can hear the unmistakable noise of work kind of echoing through the halls above you. It's not like a hammer on metal kind of work. It probably sounds more like a chiseling kind of noise.
Hmm.
Although every now and then there is like a more metallic clang sort of ring out, but it's like there's very much someone upstairs working. And sitting at the counter is a very well, still in like somewhat traditional smithy outfits, not human, more elvish smithy. Like there's an it it's more of a showy apron kind of thing rather than anything practical.
Mm.
It's a maybe like older middle-aged looking dwerger.
All right, sweet. So, go up to the counter and all that shit. It's like, hello.
He begins speaking in Undercommon as you enter.
I don't speak Undercommon. I speak in Dwarvish. I say that.
Hey, Dwarvish, is there anything I can get for you, good sir?
It's like I'd like to see like some of your wares and all that. And, like, what's your specialty when it comes to magical items or crafting? And then also maybe like a chance of gilding if you guys are up for that.
Gilding? Alright, give me one moment, sorry.
James like, fuck, I didn't think you'd be going for more drip.
I mean, how
If
much?
if Mithril's cheap enough to use, I'm gonna have like Mithril just inlaid into my gauntlets
Ooh.
Alrighty.
and like make
Bro.
it look like flames
Bro, because isn't your adamantine in like you can't
on my
be crit?
chest.
It means you can't be crit. Like
That's
or-
not enough
or-
adamantine on
Yeah, I
me.
was gonna say, is it not applicable because of certain things? But you just answered that, so okay.
It's the drip that matters, bro.
I
Yeah,
gave
but,
you 100 gold to buy important shit, and you're like, make me
I-
look cooler, please.
If it helps Nick, the 100 gold will not be used well here. They'll be like only 100 gold.
So possibility for gilding and all that, and
Look,
like
all I know is that Sharir, when he has money, will give me money back. Because why would he ever want to be indebted to me?
Mm.
So, like, I just know that, hey, I'm loaning you money. You're spending it now, but you will owe me in the future.
proceeds to resurrect you.
I'm gonna become a bank. Like that's literally all I'm gonna do.
Well, as far as specializations go, work mostly in the range of generic metalwork. We specialize specifically in nemite, but we can do any other material you would like.
Wait, what did you say again? Adamantite?
We
Or
can
adamantine?
do adamantite. I said
I-
nemite.
Nemite.
Nem what?
Nemite.
Nemite. What's nemite? Fuck.
Hmm,
That's the first I've heard of this shit.
you're around these parts.
Yeah. What's-
Nemite is. Have you had any encounters with, say, Yara Dewey?
The Wabaloo?
The Mochanuis from Bionicles.
The Toa.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a well-equipped looking guardsman or guardswoman going about in an indigo black kind of crystalline armor?
Oh no, he's gonna get tribal tattoos on him. Fuck. This really was he went and got a bad tattoo. Fuck.
No, but what's the properties of it?
Well, they mostly use it hunting. Generally speaking, it's a very strong material. As far as properties go, it's very strong against magic. Something that can disrupt the weave.
That actually sounds very interesting.
So, like, let's say I was to have a shield made out of this material. Like, what would it do against like some spells like Burning Hands or Magic Missile and all that?
Well, it's not something that would. It won't completely negate magic per se. It wakens it around itself. A lot of. It's
So,
very expensive, but a lot of the higher end guardsmen that are expecting to encounter magicians, they use it to protect themselves from magic. It won't make them immune.
it'll just like reduce the damage it could do.
It will make it harder for the effects to take place.
Mechanically, Jaden, what does that mean for us?
It basically gives you magic resistance. Advantage
Okay.
on saving throws.
That
and
is
whatnot.
Oh, that
so
is so
fucking
good.
good.
Yeah, that's
That-
why I wanted you to state it clearly, because that's what I thought you were
Yeah.
explaining. That's why I'm like, holy shit, that's awesome. That's-
The
Alrighty.
most insane thing I've ever heard.
That
How-
would be like proper full armor, though.
Yeah.
Like just having a shield isn't enough for that. You have
No.
to be covered in
Hmm.
it. As far as weapons go, actually,
Wait, Zach's headphones just died.
okay.
But no, that seems pretty cool. Is this like an actual canon material, or is this one?
No, it isn't.
Yeah, tie and brew. That's pretty cool.
Sorry, back. My headphones died when you said like
It's okay.
the
We
shield's not enough.
talking about
A proper set of armor is what will get you the full magical effect.
The weapons that they use as well is very good at negating defensive magic.
Did you cut through someone's
So
shield?
wait,
Well, Jaden?
can you like
Correct.
would it work similarly to like this rapier? And I pull out the ghost rapier for him to see.
He takes a moment. I'm not much of an appraisalist. I'm just.
I'll proceed to explain like how it works and like what it can and can't through all that shit. Right.
Not quite. That seems like it's a little bit beyond Nemite would. Nemite isn't capable of phasing through things per se.
This
We-
can't
we've
deal with like
we've actually
the
got
like
some
a shield
crazy-
spell.
The abjuration magic, it would cut through, yes.
Just so I know, this like the ghost rapier can't actually go through like the shield spell, right?
No, I believe
No.
Jaden, you said it was like physical shields is what it passes through.
Yeah.
All right, so that no good.
So it is different in that respect.
All right. So you got Nemite or Nemonite? That can do this and all that. That brings some ideas. But what else have you guys have? Like, you got any like items that you have are willing to sell, or just your smithing work?
We have plenty. We do commissions. Else we've our assortment of weapons there and armor. Is there anything you were looking for in particular? Otherwise, feel free to have a look around. And it's like looking around, there is a bunch of various weapons, armor, pretty much any kind of material you'd want. Most of it seems to be made from that sort of Nemite material that it's like an almost pitch black kind of gem material with like a purple trimming sort of thing.
Is it like similar to like an
It's like
obsidian?
It's like obsidian
Yeah,
fading into amethyst. I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's like an obsidian. Yeah, pretty much like an obsidian amethyst
Mhm.
kind of material.
Okay.
Now, here's a question I have: how much Nemonite and how much would it cost for me to get the effects of Nemonite on my Warforged body? Like actually laying enough of it into my frame to not be armor.
When
Well-
I helped you with, I believe it was adamantine, it cost 150 gold to do the gilding.
Yeah, I'm just asking this so in the future.
No, I get,
Yeah.
I get that. I was just like, for your reference, Jaden.
Yeah.
If you didn't have that new notes, just for like that, like for the etchings into him, more or less, that's how much it was. So,
Okay. So more or less, it's anything half plate or more is enough to provide it. So going off the cost, would be about 1,500 gold to get a set of half plate that's made of this material.
I don't want it to be armor to be like I want to be permanently part of the body.
Oh yeah.
He's saying that
I mean,
Yeah.
as
you
in,
need to
like,
have
the
that
material
equivalent cost.
Yeah. So 1,500 is for that. All right, that's a good. I need to keep in good standing with this fellow for the rest of our times, because then I can. That would be very useful for me in the future.
What about any upgrades? Are you any good at upgrading existing magical items and materials?
It depends on the quality of the upgrade. We are more on the smithy sides than the magical side. You can do basic enchant.
Speaking of that, how much, like, if you could, like, improve this, like, I'm bringing up the Ghost Rapier again, like, give it the effect of the Nemonite, but keep its original magical effects still in place.
It's like the material that they forge it out of. It's not
Yeah,
like
but
it's not
I'm like
the
thinking of it like gilding a weapon in silver, or silvering a weapon, but like in case this would be nemoniting a weapon. If that is possible, that's up to Jade.
Sorry, just a moment.
Let's talk shit about him while he's gone. What a loser!
Only Nick goes for it. Get wrecked.
Yeah.
Piece of shit!
I might head off now because I'm not feeling the best.
No, it's all good, man.
That's a good.
The sulfur pits in Mordor didn't help you.
It really didn't. I'm gonna tell you that much.
Or are you just still
Probably
hungover from your fucking trip?
Kinda still was Monday. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he went to New Zealand and like he was doing it's like fight stuff, and it was pretty cool. Honestly, he showed me a bunch of photos and stuff. But he was a crook when he showed up to a house, and he's still feeling kind of off from that KO, even though that was what fucking Monday. So it's been a few
I got
days.
so much worse Tuesday. I'm better now than I was Tuesday, but
My lord.
We found out a good key piece of information. If you see rich guards, don't fucking cast spells on them.
yeah.
Yes, that's actually.
Only you know that, so
Yeah, well, I can tell the group.
Hopefully we're not going to be just casting a bunch of spells.
hopefully not.
Shadow Wizard Money Gang. We love casting spells.
It's a favorite thing.
But no, if you need to duck off Kale, we'll let Jaden know when he comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might.
Well, I'll talk to you all
as well then, because I think we're going to be going for a long time with everyone else as it is.
I think with its individual stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
But more or less, it's like you wouldn't be able to get the material applied to another weapon.
All right, that's fair.
Okay, but that's cool. It's cool to know that if we do manage to save up our armor, this is something that we can build up to.
Yep.
You know, like that is good information to have.
Before I go, because I'm not going to get anything gilding now, because it's going to be probably too expensive for Nemonite. But I'd just like to ask, like, if there's any like known Warforged that are like but kind of unique in the city.
Or any that aren't just like the standard appearance.
Yeah.
Let's go. That's a really good question, actually.
Not to his.
Damn, they don't get gilded here. Alright. Well, I'm gonna leave then, and like if that guy wants to do anything there, which
No. So I made him ask a question because
That's good enough. It's
Just
better than what
yeah.
I've been doing with Ferno. I don't know if there's anything Ferno wants.
Yeah. well, after that, I'm just gonna go to clothes shopping to essentially do that. But like that can be another time.
Yeah, if everyone
Mhm.
wants to remember what they want to do next time, we'll pick up from there.
Oh yeah, I should actually
Yeah.
write that down.
Did anyone
Well-
want to do something else afterwards?
Nope.
Well, we'll figure it out. I think.
Yeah, remember it for next session. Because
I meant after
as
D
well.
and D.
Oh. Yeah. if you
Well, I
guys
don't
wanna
have
do it,
my
go ahead.
Overwatch gang because somebody's getting drunk.
Yeah,
no.
What? Yeah, just come play a Hearthstone with me.
Fucking
Quiet.
Well, we got 3 people that can play, or 4 people that can play Overwatch.
All right.
It's
You
just
guys
if
have a
everyone's
good
going to
night.
be. Yeah, you
Yeah,
too.
all good, Jen. Have a
See
good
you.
night.
Good night. See ya.
I mean,
All right.
what I'm
Night,
what I'm-
guys.
Night,
Night.
Kale.
Night, girl.
what
Well,
I'm
us 3 can play
probably gonna-
Overwatch.
I'm not gonna play Overwatch. I'm gonna play League of Legends.
I'm going to be playing some Vermintide. Not Vermintide, Darktide.
Vermintide. I'm actually before I do anything, let's quickly write down.
We should all play Dark and Darker together. It's a great game.
What's Dark and Darker?
It's like a Escape from Tarkov, like a first-person roguelike. If you wanna, if that's an accurate description.
All right, I'm going to be
Close.
playing Darktide. Oh,
I need so what I
I
want to do
gotta
is-
kill some fucking heretics for the Emperor. But
Is
I'll be
League
back
of Legends
immediately.
even any good? Isn't it? I've heard that everything except for the game of League of Legends is good. About
No,
it.
the the entire community has bonded over the fact that League of Legends is the most toxic game they've ever played. It's actually not that toxic. Honestly, I get the same amount of toxicity from Overwatch. It's just the matches last really long, so the toxicity and the negativity that can build up from a
Build up.
game goes over a longer time. So there's more stakes to it. Because if somebody wants to inch your game, you're in there for like 40 minutes. But also, if you just treat everyone.
Thanks for listening to Craig's Chronicles. We play for fun and record for fun, so we hope you had fun too. Please do not expect a regular upload schedule. If you are one of our employers who somehow found this, please remember that how we play a fantasy role-playing game with friends is not reflective of our professional conduct.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Good
night.
night.
Stop.